Intro discipline, it's a word that makes most people uncomfortable because deep down, we all know what it means. It means doing the hard thing when no one's watching. It means getting up when you'd rather stay in bed. It means saying no to what feels good now, so you can say yes to something better later. Everyone wants to be successful. Everyone wants to live a better life, but the truth is, wanting isn't enough. You can want health, wealth, peace, purpose, but none of it happens without discipline. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your reality. It's the difference between a person who dreams and a person who does. Motivation is fleeting. It's the spark. Discipline is the fire that keeps burning long after the spark dies. Motivation says, I'll go to the gym when I feel inspired. Discipline says, I'll go to the gym because I said I would. And that's the moment where real change begins. Because once you stop negotiating with your excuses, you start negotiating with your potential. Discipline isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about being stronger than your moods, stronger than your fears, stronger than your comfort zone. You don't need to be the most talented person in the room. You just need to be the one who keeps showing up. That's the secret. That's the power of discipline. What discipline really means. Discipline isn't punishment. It's training. It's not about forcing yourself to suffer. It's about teaching yourself to stay consistent with what truly matters. It's about making decisions that align with your long-term vision, not your short-term feelings. Most people misunderstand discipline. They think it's restriction, when in reality it's liberation. Because when you're disciplined, you're not controlled by impulses or distractions. You're in charge. You decide where your energy goes, and that gives you freedom. Think of every champion, every successful leader, every great creator. Their secret isn't luck or talent. It's discipline. It's waking up when they don't want to, practicing when no one's cheering, staying committed when the world gives them every reason to quit. When you develop discipline, you build trust with yourself. You start believing in your own word, and when you can trust yourself to do what you say you'll do, your confidence skyrockets. You no longer wait for inspiration, because you've built a system of reliability inside your soul. So remember this: discipline is not about doing everything perfectly. It's about showing up consistently. It's about choosing progress over comfort, purpose over pleasure, long-term gain over instant gratification. Every time you practice discipline, you plant a seed, and those seeds become habits. Those habits become character, and that character shapes your destiny. Discipline isn't just something you do, it's who you become. 2. The small wins that change everything. Discipline is built in the smallest of moments. The tiny choices you make each day are shaping who you are becoming, even when they don't seem to matter. The way you talk to yourself, how you spend your mornings, whether you follow through on small promises, all of it counts. You don't have to overhaul your entire life to become disciplined. You just need to master one habit at a time. Start by doing one small thing you said you would do. Maybe it's making your bed. Maybe it's reading 5 pages. Maybe it's waking up on the first alarm instead of hitting snooze. These are small wins, but they build momentum. They tell your brain, I can rely on myself. And that's how discipline grows. Not through massive effort, but through repeated integrity. Every time you silence the voice that says not today, and do it anyway, you win. Every time you show up tired, you strengthen your willpower. Every time you follow through, your self-belief expands. Discipline isn't about intensity, it's about consistency. You don't have to run a marathon every day. You just have to walk forward every day, no matter how slow. Small wins compound. One good decision leads to another, and before you know it, you've built a life of control, focus, and confidence, all because you decided to do the small things, even when they felt insignificant. It's the small wins that change everything. 3. Emotional discipline. There's another side to discipline that's even more powerful. Emotional discipline. It's the ability to control your reactions when life doesn't go your way. Because true discipline isn't just about waking up early or eating healthy. It's about how you handle yourself when pressure hits. Can you stay calm when people criticize you? Can you stay focused when life tests your patience? Can you stay kind when you feel angry or hurt? That's emotional discipline, and it's one of the hardest skills to master, but it's also what separates strong people from reactive ones. Because when you learn to control your emotions, you take back your power. You no longer let the world dictate your mood or your direction. Life will always test you. People will disappoint you. Plans will fall apart. But when you stay steady inside, when you respond instead of react, you stay in control. Emotional discipline doesn't mean you suppress your feelings. It means you manage them. You feel the emotion, acknowledge it, but don't let it steer your decisions. That's strength. That's maturity, and it's one of the purest forms of self-respect. So practice staying calm when chaos hits. Learn to pause before reacting. Choose grace over anger. Focus over frustration, because emotional discipline builds resilience, and resilience builds leaders. Master your emotions, and you'll master your life. 4. The price of indiscipline. Here's a truth many people avoid. Discipline has a price, but so does the lack of it. You'll either experience the pain of discipline now or the pain of regret later. One leads to growth. The other leads to guilt. When you avoid discipline, you might feel free in the moment, sleeping in, skipping the workout, ignoring the project, but that temporary comfort always leads to long-term discomfort, because every time you break a promise to yourself, you weaken your self-belief. Without discipline, you lose time, you lose focus, you lose control. You end up living by emotion instead of intention, reacting to life instead of designing it. And the worst part, you start settling for less than you deserve, because comfort becomes your cage. But when you embrace discipline, you experience short-term discomfort for long-term peace. The gym is hard, but being unhealthy is harder. Studying is tough, but failing is tougher. Discipline costs effort, but regret costs your potential. Life will make you pay either way. The only difference is the result. So ask yourself, what's the price you're willing to pay? The price of consistency and self-respect, or the price of excuses and regret? Remember, the pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. Choose the pain that builds you, not the one that breaks you. Because a life without discipline isn't freedom. It's quiet self-destruction. 5. Building a disciplined life. So how do you build discipline? It starts with one rule. Keep the promises you make to yourself. If you say you'll wake up early, wake up early. If you say you'll eat better, eat better. If you say you'll commit, then commit, even when it's inconvenient. You can't build discipline without trust, and you can't build trust without follow-through. Every small commitment you keep rewires your brain to believe in your strength. Start with structure. Create routines that make success automatic, not optional. Surround yourself with people who inspire consistency, not complacency. Remove distractions that drain your focus, because discipline thrives in simplicity and dies in chaos. But remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. You'll have days you fail. That's normal. What matters is that you get back up immediately. Discipline isn't about never falling. It's about refusing to stay down. You don't have to do it all at once. Just start. Build momentum. Because discipline grows when you act, not when you wait for the right time. And once you taste the power of keeping your word to yourself, you'll never want to break it again. Discipline isn't about controlling life. It's about controlling yourself. And that's where real power begins. So if you want a better life, stop waiting for motivation. It's not coming to save you. Start practicing discipline, because that's what transforms average into extraordinary. Wake up with purpose. Stick to your plan. Stop making excuses. You are capable of more than you think, but you'll never see it until you discipline yourself to act on it. Every time you choose consistency over comfort, you're voting for your future self. Every time you say no to weakness, you say yes to greatness. Discipline is the foundation of freedom, success, peace, and confidence. Because when you control yourself, your habits, your emotions, your focus, you control your life. So be the person who shows up when it's hard. Be the person who keeps going when it's boring. Be the person who does the work, even when no one notices. Because one day you'll look back and realize, every disciplined moment was a brick in the life you built. Dreams don't build themselves. Disciplined people do.